Nice to see you again. This is the 6th time I've run. 3rd time for federal, twice for state and once for local. So I'm getting practiced at it. So anyway, nice to be here. Thank you very much. Christian Democratic Party policies are primarily about common sense. I want to start with marriage. How did we all get here? We all got here because of the union of a man and a woman. Christian Democratic Party policy is about keeping the definition of marriage as between a man and a woman. Now, the definition is, in Australia, marriage is the union of a man and a woman to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. Now, we just think that's common sense. We think that marriage is an amazing institution. It needs protection. It's to be honoured. It's distinctive and unique. It's special because it is the building block of our society. It's not about putting anybody down. It's about protecting marriage between a man and a woman. Presently, civil unions between homosexual couples, they have the same rights as de facto relationships, which is basically everything legally, except that it's not called marriage. But we believe that marriage is so special between a man and a woman, with the ability to produce new life and new, kids, obviously, that it needs its own category and its own name. And so we're not ashamed to be the only one here, I'm not ashamed to be the only one here, to categorically state that marriage should be between a man and a woman. And that's it, just like it already is. That for 6,000 years of recorded history, it's mostly been marriage between a man and a woman. Now, another one of our policies is one law for everyone in Australia. No Sharia law in brackets. We do not agree with having a parallel law system in Australia. We need everybody to come under the rule of law, in inverted commas, Australian law. Okay, another thing we're concerned about, as a teacher particularly, I'm concerned about this, is the Safe Schools program, which we think is incredibly unsafe. It's interesting, Gonski was mentioned, and we support Gonski too, but a lot of what Gonski says is that the parents should be involved in every aspect of their child's education. Yet with the Safe Schools program, it's taught in schools and parents are not asked for their permission as to whether their child can learn this radical gender ideology. Studying with 4-year-olds, there's a book called The Gender Fairy where the fairy waves a wand and turns a boy into a girl and a girl into a boy. The radical gender ideology is that gender is fluid. It's not as we would assume XX for a woman and XY for a man. You can be anything you want to be. Only, they tell a child, the 4-year-old, only you know whether you're a boy or a girl or both. Gender is fluid. Now, to put all these sorts of ideas in a young child's head is called child abuse by the American College of Pediatricians. It is incredibly radical, and not asking for parents' permission is very concerning. Anyway, please consider voting for us, number 1, for common sense and decency in Australia.